Welcome to Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, your Day Weather podcast being brought to you by Wyoming State Parks. Why wonder about the outdoors in Wyoming? Explore the statewide interactive outdoor recreation wonder map to find your next adventure. As we go into this Tuesday, it's going to be a lot like this past Monday with plenty of heat. It's going to be another very warm day across the region, and thunderstorms are going to again be concentrated more to the south. Now, on the northern edge of the moisture yesterday, we did see some showers and thunderstorms, and we'll see that again today. It's just that the northern edge is maybe a little bit further south. Most of the showers and thunderstorms will again be more in the desert southwest to southern Rockies as the door is closing today to the deeper moisture. But after some hot temperatures again today and the high pressure growing northward tomorrow and Thursday, that subtropical moisture comes back, so the door opens up, and we'll see the thunderstorm chances go further north into the central and northern high plains and northern Rockies with this subtropical moisture in a typical early summer configuration that we're getting here. Now, we're going to see a cool front come at the end of the week. That's going to bring some areas of wind again, some cooler temperatures, especially for Friday and Saturday. Wednesday through Friday, ahead of the front, that moisture will lead to showers and thunderstorms. We'll probably see a decrease in thunderstorm coverage in the drier air behind the front for Friday and Saturday. Then maybe the door opens up again by Sunday and Monday. Had some land spout activity out east of Cheyenne yesterday. There was a cluster of thunderstorms that kind of went down Interstate 80 in southern Wyoming yesterday. And some of those thunderstorms got strong and produced some strong wind gusts and some areas of rain, and also, as you see there, the land spout, it also made for a beautiful sundown yesterday across the region with those thunderstorms in their dissipating stage. Somewhat of a similar scenario to yesterday on the satellite imagery. You can see the deeper moisture with the thunderstorms. Looks remarkably like yesterday, doesn't it? Thunderstorms in Mexico, Arizona, then some thunderstorms across parts of the northern plains, and then in between, we've got the drier air and the high pressure, and you can see in the water vapor today, the drier air intrudes further north, but you see this little patch over Utah. This is a little upper level disturbance with a little bit of moisture. So as this travels eastward around the ridge today, this may produce a little bit of thunderstorm activity, but elsewhere, you got to look for the deeper moisture down here than out in the plain states where the more widespread thunderstorm coverage will be. We had a little bit of a wave come across the northern areas of the Rockies yesterday, and notice, and we'll talk about this in a minute, the jet stream winds, the winds aloft are still pretty far south. Here we are almost July, and the jet stream is still riding along the U.S.-Canadian border. So that's making it windy at times just along and near the divide, and that will be the case again in some areas, but further to the east. Moisture, more suppressed to the south, so you can see some of that drier air intruding, but there's little patches of green, and along the edges of the white and green and brown here, you're going to have some thunderstorm activity, better thunderstorm coverage down here in the southwest United States. And there you can see that's where the thunderstorms will be today. Notice that little wave I showed you in Utah. That's going to cause these showers and thunderstorms later today here. The more concentrated thunderstorms back over towards the Sierras, down into Arizona, then across portions of the Midwest. But as the high builds and expands more northward, the jet stream goes up a little bit more to the north, so that bulge allows that subtropical moisture attract further to the north. And you see this little dimple around the high pressure ridge right here? There's a little wave that's going to come up and around the ridge while the moisture is deeper. So Wednesday is a day, Wednesday afternoon and evening, we may end up with some severe weather in some portions of the high plains and Rockies, and we'll see what the Storm Prediction Center says tomorrow. But as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, that thunderstorm coverage is going to increase in that deeper moisture. And there it is. See how it's further north? And that's what it's going to be on Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday, that further northward extent of the moisture means the thunderstorms go further north. And that's Wednesday. That's Thursday. And then Friday, with the cold front approaching, it's going to suppress the moisture back to the south. So we'll see what happens Friday. See how the thunderstorms get suppressed more to the south? Drier air comes in out of Canada, and we'll see drier conditions in the northern areas. But thunderstorms are still going to be possible on Friday. So that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame, the most active period of thunderstorms. Then we have this front. Here comes another front coming through on Friday. Again, the jet stream takes a dip a little bit further south. Very active jet stream in the North Pacific. We talked about this about a week and a half or so ago, how the northern jet stream across the North Pacific, due to a big pressure and temperature gradient in the North Pacific, is just keeping these fronts coming. So we get these hot days, then we get the high pressure beaten down by these cold fronts, and these cold fronts make it a bit windy, bring in a cooler, drier air, and then we just see the pattern repeat again. After this front comes through Friday, we do see that cooler weather coming. I talked about that contrast that is out in the North Pacific. These are the sea surface temperature anomalies. This is very much what we showed you a while ago. Warmer than average sea surface temperatures across the North Central Pacific. It's colder in the Gulf of Alaska and the North Pacific. This gradient is keeping that jet stream and the storms forming up here, then coming down south. Now, this gradient is weakening, and it should, as we get into July and August. But for the rest of June into early July, these frontal systems are going to come through about every 3 or 4 days, kicking up the wind and bringing these fluctuations in temperatures and opening and closing the door to subtropical moisture. This is ahead of the front on Thursday. Thursday going to be a windy day, especially along the mountains in northwestern Wyoming into Yellowstone Park, Snake River Valley here. Then they'll dissipate as the front goes through by the weekend. But these frontal systems are frequent this spring and early summer so far, and that's one reason why we've had quite a bit of wind. Temperatures behind the front cool off. See the green and the blue across Canada, the Pacific Northwest, and the Northern Rockies? That's Friday, that's Saturday. So a pretty good cool down coming for the Dakotas, east of the divide for the Northern Rockies. The cold air won't get west of the divide. So there's kind of a hodgepodge of heat and cool across the lower 48 here by the end of the week and into the weekend. Then as we get into Sunday, we start to see this pattern cycle through again. The high pressure goes more to the east, but it starts growing westward again. So we're going to be looking at the door opening. This opens the door to subtropical moisture. So we'll probably see, after drier weather Friday and Saturday, thunderstorms and temperatures increasing again as we get into Sunday and Monday of next week. But this trough right here, this front, will cut across the ridge, top of the ridge, probably right around the 2nd or 3rd of July. And that will cool us off, bring some showers and thunderstorms ahead of it. Then we'll see the pattern repeat again. Have yourself a good Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.